Hello? You guys hear me? That's a big spotlight. Hello, you got me? All right, welcome to the TCGplayer Seller Gathering 2026. Woo! So I want to welcome a couple of different people. First off, welcome TCGplayers. Woo! I love this team. It's an awesome team, and we are here for you. So a lot of different people are here tonight. A lot of people are here to listen to you, to talk to you, to understand your needs, etc. And also I want to say thank you, an early thank you. You always got to say this. Thank you to the bar staff. Woo! Best to start the night with that. And also thank you, all of you. Thank you to the sellers. Woo! Tonight is a celebration. It's a seller gathering. Tonight is a celebration of all of you, of your businesses. So I'm going to talk a little bit. Megan's going to talk. We're going to have Hobby Shop of the Year. But then the rest of the night, like mingle. Like the people in this room make the hobby happen. There's so many good ideas in this room. Talk, share ideas. How are you doing it in your community? What are the challenges? Like that's part of what's here is bringing the community together because this community is awesome. And that's what TCGplayer loves. That's what we're all about. So have a good time tonight. But without further ado, I will get into the presentation. Hopefully it's exciting. All right, next. Oh, I've got the clicker. Where's the clicker? All right, I'm on it. So last year at GAMA, a lot of you might remember, if you were here, me talking about the TCGplayer strategy. So I'm going to talk about that again, but I also last year said, this is our strategy, and we're going to provide more updates for you. We're going to be transparent. And so we've been doing that. Like every quarter we come out, this is what we've been doing. This is the progress against it. And so a couple weeks ago, we had our Q1 update. And so it'll be a bit familiar, but I do want to go back into that. I want to remind you of our strategy. It hasn't changed. Same strategy, same focus. We're not jumping around doing a lot of things, same strategy. What we accomplished in 2025, a lot of stuff, a lot of big things, but a lot of big things to come. And I want to share what we're going to be working on. And I'm very excited to celebrate the Hobby Shop of the Year. This is the second, we're going to keep doing this because I love celebrating the hobby. I love celebrating the community. And so that's the plan for tonight. And without further ado, I'm going to get started on the strategy. So, your quiz, if you were paying attention last year, what is the TCGplayer strategy based on? Anybody? You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't think he'd be calling on us. Any ideas? What do we start with when we're developing our strategy? Hint, it's kind of in this room. Community. Community is good. What about the community? Sellers. What about the sellers? Enable the sellers. Very good. What do you need? Like the top needs. So this is what our foundation is. So we've said professional sellers, which is an important distinction. This is our target. You are our target, the professional sellers of the community. And we say, what are your top needs for high volume trading card game selling? That's what we want to help with. What's that? Customers. Bingo! That'll be, well, right there. Customers. That was top of the list. That is the top thing that you ask for. Bring us volume, bring us velocity, bring us buyers, and we do that. So we invest in marketing. We invest in a lot of things to bring buyers to you so that you can get velocity. Because what you told us, help us scale, help us grow our businesses, or help us diversify the growth of our businesses. We want to grow our game stores, but give us an outlet, give us another way to grow, and that's what we want to do, help us scale efficiently. Efficiently is important too. Reduce friction in daily workflows. We've got a lot of work to do on that. We've got a lot of tools, but it's like jump here, jump there. Like how do we make the tools seamless so that we can reduce friction in your workload? That's important to us, and we are hearing that. We also have heard be transparent, be predictable. We've got some work to do on that, right? But then we translate that to top needs. Top need, bring us customers, bring us buyers. We focus on that. Digitization. It is not easy to take thousands and thousands of physical cards and convert them into something digital. That's why we focus on digitization. That's a big need that we've heard from you. Tools to manage that inventory once it is digital. How do we price it? How do we deprecate it if we sold it in store? How do we make that easy so that reduce the friction in the workflows when it comes to the seller tools, fulfillment. Shipping out thousands of envelopes and dealing with customer support out of the back of the store is hard, right? So how can TCGplayer help with that, either through the direct program or other things that we can do? And then fee simplicity. How do you know if you're making money on TCGplayer? So being transparent. These are things that we hear from you. And it's whether we hear this in meetings like this, from customer service complaints, opportunities, I see them as opportunities, or talking with your sales reps, your agents, or surveys. So I'm just gonna make a plug. Right now we've got a big survey out, and please, every one of you, we want your feedback. And even if you think things are going great, there's ways that we can improve. We're always looking for ways to improve. So at the end of my speech, I'll give a QR code. I think there's also stickers floating around, so you'll see QR codes. Please fill out the survey. Yeah, I love stickers. But please fill out the survey, and because we want your feedback. Because your feedback is the foundation. Your needs are the foundation for our strategy. And then our strategy is pretty easy. How do we help you meet your needs? How do we do that? So these are our strategic priorities. These are the same as they were last year. And these are going to stay the same as long as you keep telling us that these are your top needs. So the big one, bring us customers, bring us buyers. How do we bring a wider and a deeper base of customers through TCGplayer? How do we invest in marketing? How do we invest in programs to bring buyers onto the site so that you can sell more? That's a big strategic priority for us. Within the seller experience, it's about the seller tools, which is inventory management and digitization. How do we make that seamless for you? Big strategic priority around fulfillment solutions. And on that, it's the high volume. Like I said, it's high volume because you have to do high volume if you're selling 50-cent cards online. You've got to be able to do the volume easily and efficiently. That's key. Scalable infrastructure is super important for us. You guys don't always see it. My goal is that you don't see it and you never think about it. So that when we have Mayhem or Cyber Weekend and we have 10 times the traffic hit our site does not go down. Because if our site goes down, then your sales go down, and that's not good. So we're doing a lot of things on the scalable infrastructure, but in my mind, scalable infrastructure is our technology, it's our stack, but it's also our processes and our people. And we've invested a lot in our people so that we can scale, because we've grown a lot this past year, and we've helped you grow a lot. But I want scalable foundations so that we can keep growing. I'm thinking about 5 years from now. How can we keep growing to help your businesses keep growing and help the community overall grow? That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to do. And underpinning everything has to be trust. Like, that's the vision statement for TCGplayer, to be the most trusted TCG platform in the world, connecting and empowering the hobby community. Trust underpins everything that we do. So whether it's thinking about know your customer, about sanctions, about blocking buyers, about supporting you in everything that you're doing, about fraud detection, trust is super important, and it underpins everything and permeates everything. It's doing the right thing and making sure you're protected and the buyers are protected. So that's the strategy. Same strategy as last year. And we've made a lot of improvements through 2025, some that you probably will never see, but it's some of that scalable piece. It's the scale and trust and things that slowly but surely you'll see us start to work on. So I'm going to talk about 2025 within each of these strategic priorities, because this is how we think about doing things, but it comes back to your needs for high volume selling on TCGs. And 2025 for TCGplayer was a pivotal year. Like, there were a lot of good things. We also made some amazing store. And we made some tough choices too in 2025. And so when I say pivotal, it was very important for us to have a scalable foundation to move forward and to continue to grow in 2025. So starting with the first strategic priority about buyer engagement. We invested in marketing. We invested in a whole bunch to drive sales. We had significant double-digit sales at TCGplayer that I hope you felt like that should be translating through to double-digit sales for you guys on TCGplayer, because we definitely saw it. We had record buyer growth on the site, which is awesome, super exciting. And part of that buyer growth comes down to the new games. Think Gundam, Riftbound, some of the new games that are, we love new games coming in. We love the games we have, but new games are bringing new buyers. Like it's opening up people's, like, oh, this is kind of cool. Let me check. Oh, Godzilla, I like Godzilla. And then they come into the store and they check it out. Well, maybe not Godzilla, but I like Godzilla. But you know what I'm saying? Like new games is bringing new customers in, which is fun. And so we've got new games, the publisher partnerships we had this year were awesome in 2025. We'll talk a little bit more about that. International package forwarding partners. You guys might not even know we did this, but talking about more buyers, we've partnered with 3 freight forwarders. Now, a freight forwarder means you just ship it domestically. So you send something to Texas or Oregon or Florida, and then they send it across Latin America and to Asia and to everywhere else, and they're marketing the TCGplayer cards all over the world. But you don't have to worry. It's a little complicated these days with tariffs. I'll just say that. They're in, they're out, they're up, they're down. So they deal with all that for you. But this is something that we've done to give you a broader buyer base and start to extend TCGplayer globally, and that was something on the buyer engagement side. Also, I'd say we coordinated record-breaking events. And when I say coordinated, that's not TCG, that's all of us in this room, right? That's the TCGplayer people reaching out to you and saying, hey, we're gonna do Mayhem. It's gonna be awesome. Have you got the inventory? Because you better get ready because we're gonna bring the buyers. And you did. And we coordinated that so that when the sales hit, you had the inventory and you guys were ready, and that coordination of everybody in this room is what helped us all succeed on driving some record-breaking days for Mayhem. We'll be doing another Mayhem in May and another Cyber Weekend, but I like to just have 2 and not be going up and down and know, is it on promotion or not? Just keep it simple. That helps your business too, because you're not, oh, do I have the inventory? Do I not have the Mayhem's coming. What's it gonna be, May 29th this year? Something like, anyway, so it'll be in May, because it's Mayhem. But anyway, it's coming. But that was good for 2025. On to the next strategic priority. We've got new tools. So this is all the seller tools, new features, scan and identify, batch management. One piece has been on fire. And so getting that into Roca and scan and identify was really important to us to help digitize all those cards that are coming in. Roca hit a milestone. We had the 1,000,000th card get sorted in the Roca sorters, in the big sorters. And that was pretty big this year. And we started foundational work to rebuild our suite of tools, like the inventory tools on the website and pricing tools. So in 2025, we started rebuilding those, and I'll talk about that more for 2026. And seller education and policy. Again, this is to help you be successful. So kind of guided videos about how to sell more on TCGplayer, about how to make money on TCGplayer, policies to protect you, policies to be clear about what our guidelines are. This was all important for the seller experience. Cool. All right, the next 3 strategic priorities. Fulfillment solutions. This was a big decision for us. In order to scale the direct business, we needed it to be somewhere that was scalable. So we moved it into a facility, a centrally located facility here in Louisville. When you go to the airport, if you're not from around here, you go to the airport, you're gonna see Louisville is one of the biggest hubs for cargo in the United States. It's a hub for UPS. You're going to see UPS, US Post, FedEx. So more packages come in and out of Louisville than almost any airport in the entire US. And that's part of why we chose it. And we've already seen an improvement. It's easier for you to get packages to us, and it's easier for us to get packages out to our buyers. So that's big. Also, the size of the facility. I want to 10x the size of the direct business, and this facility is ready to go. It's ready to grow. It's awesome. So I'm very excited about what we're going to do there. But in order to scale direct, we needed to physically move it into a scalable facility. I'll admit, we had challenges. I've been talking to some of you about it. It's hard to do. You know, imagine moving your operations into a new facility, hiring new people, ramping it up. We are getting there, and I appreciate all of you who are in direct. I really appreciate your patience. I know it's been a tough year. But now, I was just there this morning, a bunch of us were there. We're seeing the throughput, we're seeing the volumes, we're seeing the quality. They've done so many things, and we're also seeing things that aren't hacked. It's not a side, like hacked sort of a thing. We're seeing things like, okay, can you do 10 times the volume? Oh yeah. Can you do that? Oh yeah. like we're putting in place processes and systems. I think Jeremika's here too. Some of the people from the AC are here tonight. Yeah, to make it happen. Like it's an amazing team, and they're making some amazing stuff happen. So thank you for your patience, and just wait and watch what's going to happen in 26, because I'm excited about that. A part of that was putting a direct price floor in, and that's a part of, you guys know how hard it is. Thank you, Adam. But we have to, like just to make enough money to reinvest in the business, like to be close to breaking even. That was really important for us to do, but you're going to see some more things coming along those lines. Scale infrastructure, we improved so many things in terms of the platform, in terms of the processes, in terms of the team, in terms of the people. I changed a lot of my team out in order to scale, because I needed people who could scale. I want to go big. I want to make stuff happen, and I'm pretty excited to make it happen. But this is how we were able to get 10 times the traffic on Cyber Weekend and the site not go down, so that was big. And then a lot on the people technology and reducing fraud. We have to do this. I want us to be the most trusted platform. Like I said, that's our goal, be the most trusted platform in the TCG world. And we've got to do that. We're going to keep making improvements there. Good. Throughout it all, another thing that helps community is the publishers. So like I said, getting a breadth of games, getting new games on board. So TCGplayer, we worked hard on our partnerships with the publishers. We see new games coming on. We see them bringing new buyers into the games, and that's awesome. And it's getting, I love it. It's getting more people into it. Last year at GAMA, we announced our partnership with Wizards. And it's been awesome. We got some Wizards in the house. Where are we? Where are the Wizards? Are there any Wizards, Josh? Where are we? Where are the Wizards? Oh, yeah. Okay. We got a couple. First, so cheers for the Wizards. Yeah. So it's been we've done a lot of things with the partnership, and it's been fun, and it's just like, how cool to call yourself a wizard. Like, that's just pretty cool. But what I love about what we did with the WPN badge is it's about trust. Remember I said trust is the foundation? You work your butts off to get the WPN badge, and you've got it. And so to be able to put it on TCGplayer is key, and that says trust. And everyone with the badges, I think we've got data, we've got statistics, but absolutely sales grew because buyers saw the badge and buyers recognized trust, and I can trust this seller, and I'm going to buy from that seller. So that was huge. But thank you to the Wizards team for the partnership. Really good. Woo-hoo! All right. So that was 25. There was a lot of other stuff we did, but the bar's over there and Rob's up here. And so that was 25. Looking forward to 2026. I'm not going to go through every single thing that we're going to do in 2026, but I want to talk about what we call our big legendary goals. We've got a couple of, well, it's more fun, right? So we've got our BLGs, our big legendary goals, and the first big one is around fulfillment solutions. So I talked about wanting to make direct 10 times the size that it is now. We really want to help you run fulfillment, and the idea is we should be able to scale up and use our economies of scale and bring the cost down so far that you do fulfillment with us and it's cheaper than you doing it yourself, right? Like that's the idea. So we've got a new facility now that can grow. We're putting in a new warehouse management system so that we can grow, so that you can send us even more cards, right? And so that we can open it up. So that warehouse management system is also, by the way, going to help us not just have 3 games in direct, right? And we've got space for it, and we'll have a warehouse management system that ideally by the end of the year, it's our goal, I'm not promising that, is to start opening it up to more games. But that's the concept with the warehouse management system. Also, I've heard you. For 3 years now, I've heard you. SRCs don't make sense, Rob. Well, ship replacement cost doesn't make sense. How are you calculating that? This doesn't make sense. And so, transparency. Later this year, we're going to shift direct. So this will be both the RIs and SYP, but then also the next program I'm going to talk about are going to shift to a unit base. So that unit base means we will charge you based on our cost. It'll be a per card. The cost that it costs us to process the card will be the cost for you, right? And we will calculate it, we'll figure it out. But if you think about that, that's going to help us. It will make it more transparent for you to be able to do your math and say, yeah, well, TCGplayer is a lot cheaper for me to send it to TCGplayer direct than for me to do it myself. But the math is going to be easier. It's going to be much more transparent. We're going to give you a lot of lead time on that, because I know anytime we change fees, you need to think about it. You need to run the math. So we'll announce when it's coming. We'll tell you about it. We'll give you a chance to ask a lot of questions about it so that you can understand it and then make the decision for yourself about how it makes sense for you. And we've already been testing it with we've already been running the fee structure past people. Say, does this make sense? We've been doing that with a lot of these things. So make sure it makes sense for you. But my goal is that it's transparent and you can, I'm not gonna have sellers come to me and say, Rob, I think I make money indirect, but I don't know if I make money indirect, but it's kind of good because we sell a lot of cards, but no. I want you to know. You gotta know if you make money indirect. And so that's what that's gonna be. Our managed inventory program, and this is what I'm really excited to start scaling. I want you to be able to ship us all the cards that you want to ship us. Rob, my back of house is a nightmare. Take care of it. I want to ship a box to TCGplayer, and we'll take care of it for you. That'll be the idea, right? And so you can think of it as SYP, but it's not. It's like the evolution of SYP, right? Pokemon evolution or something there, but I'm not going to try and do that. But then if you think of the evolution, it's any cards that you want to send us, right? And you're going to be able to transparently see what the costs are. And so that's going to be good. So we're looking for a few sellers to pilot that later this year. If you're interested in being one of those pilot sellers, talk to Anthony. Anthony's at the back. If you're interested in that, because we want to pilot it. We want to test it. We want to say, does this work? Does this not work? Before we just push it out, roll it out to everybody, we'll figure out if it works. Eventually, SYP will disappear, and it will all morph into managed inventory. That will be the idea, and it will be a better experience. It'll be a more transparent experience. And you won't have to oh, I'm going to send this and this and this in this order. No, just send us the box. We got you. That'll be the idea for that. Cool? Makes sense? On to the next big legendary goal is around our seller tools. And we've also heard a lot of you saying, tools are cumbersome, the tools don't tie up. We need more functionality out of the tools. And for us internally, we also need to re-platform our seller tools so that we can scale and add more functionality to the tools themselves. So we're rebuilding it, focused on TCGs, focused on volume, designed for growth, not workarounds. What that means, we want to make it seamless, right? So it goes from the Roca, it goes to scan and identify, it goes to your seller portal, and you've got the inventory right there, and you can manage it at that point. Again, on this one, we're also looking for sellers to pilot. We're going to work on it. We're going to pilot it. We're going to evolve it before we roll it out and then deprecate the old seller platform. So these are all things that we're doing. This is a big, big honking task, but it's so that we can scale it, so that we can grow, and it's so that you can get more transparency into your business. And who are we talking to if we want to pilot this one? Is that Vince? No Vince? Megan. We got a form for that one too. Anyway, talk to somebody at TC. If you're interested, we should have made a sticker for that one too. All right. I love it. That's good. So that's our second big legendary goal. A lot of people working on that one. Oh, don't go back, go back. Okay, that's a secret one. So two other points on seller tools. One, another tool, it kind of bridges between buyer and seller, is the mobile app, right? We had to, I'm just gonna be transparent, we had to re-platform our mobile app last year. And as you're re-platforming something, we had to make a decision. And I said, we've got to start with the buy side. And so we started with most of the buyer tools. It was a buyer-focused app in the rebuild. And I know that left some use cases out for the sellers. But we said, that's not cool. And so we launched it. We hear you. And we've been improving. So we've been rolling. And the mobile team is here. Mobile team. Woo. Woo. But the mobile team is here talking about what else do we need to do? What other functionality do you need? So I would, well, you guys are usually a little more boisterous. You want to try it again? No, okay, we won't try it again. Anyway, the mobile team is here because they want to hear from you. What do you need in the app? What do you need in the tool to improve your experience? So we're getting there on that one too. That's something that's not here. And another big tool, what was another big pain point that I talked about? Begins with a D, digitization, right? So that's another one. And so there might have been a little buzz around town, a little announcement on Monday about a new member of the Roca family, and that is the Sifter, which we are very excited about. And I got a little video now. So here we go.
Every game store begins with inventory. But inventory is most valuable when you know what you have. Introducing the Roca Sifter, your easy-to-use device that uses 3 output bins to sift cards into organized, sell-ready inventory. What used to take hours of manual organizing now happens in minutes. Advanced sensors instantly identify foils from non-foil cards. Unknown inventory becomes organized, cataloged, and ready for listing on TCGplayer. Use the Roca Sifter at the counter to review trade-ins on the spot. The device supports sleeved and unsleeved cards for easy intake, so pricing is clear and transactions can happen with confidence. The Roca Sifter. To learn more, visit seller.tcgplayer.com/Roca-Sifter.
Okay, I'm going to try it. Is the Roca team in the house? There we go. They're pretty fired up. But that was feedback from this room to make that, right? Because we heard you, like, Rob, the sorter's cool, and you got your 8 bins, and that's good for my back of house. But I really need something that's at an affordable price point that also I can use front of house. I need to sift, or even in the back of house, I got to sift and then sort, or people are using the sorters for sifting. Which is a tongue twister. But seriously, like, we heard the feedback, and so then we partnered with Xerox, which has been an awesome partnership. So where's the Xerox crew? Ooh, here we go. Woo! So I know Ron and Christina, we work with them, but Casey and Bradley, is that here? Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, guys. It's been a partnership through and through. Both sides kind of coming up with the idea, thinking about it, wanting to do something that can be front of house solution. That's awesome. And it's been a great partnership because you've got Roca and TCGplayer. We've got a catalog, right? We've got a strong catalog. We've got pricing. We've got image recognition. And then you've got Xerox with I don't know how many years of knowing how to handle paper and move paper quickly without damaging it. Right, that's the trick. You can't damage the paper, you can't damage the cards, and they know manufacturing, right? So they've been able to manufacture at scale. They're very good at manufacturing at scale, which helps make it an affordable product. So it's been a great partnership. Thank you to the Xerox team. Woo! Right. And besides it being small and affordable and fast, it does foils. And it can do it with sleeves. Like, that's cool. Anyway, we're pretty excited about it. So it's a new member of the family. There are Roca members here. If you haven't ordered a sifter yet, or you want a sorter, or you just want to talk about what's the difference, talk to the Roca team. But they were pretty excited about this to help you with digitization, to help you digitize your cards. Right on. So that's kind of what I'm going to say. We're going to keep communicating. I'll keep issuing the quarterly update on progress we've made against things. You know what we're working on. It's foundational. Like, my goal is not to cut corners, but it's to do it right, to do it like modular, not monolithic stacks, to do it in somewhere that we're starting to build momentum with. So we've got the sifter out, and you're going to see managed inventory coming. You're going to see seller solutions coming. You're going to start to see more and more things. Like, once you build a foundation, then you can build a lot on top of that. And we're building a very scalable foundation. We're super excited about it. It does take time. Any of you who've done a lot of tech, you understand that it does take time, but we are getting there, and we're building momentum, and we're pretty pumped. And it's all the feedback from you. So seriously, keep giving us the feedback. We really, really appreciate it because it determines our strategy. It determines what we're doing. So that's awesome. And so I've talked about our vision to be the most trusted. Our vision statement is to be the most trusted TCG platform, connecting and empowering the hobby community. You guys are the hobby community. So with that, I'm going to bring Megan up. Where's Megan? Megan up. Yeah. All right. There we go. I'm giving this to Sam. Yeah.
Ready? Oop. Okay, we're on. Wow, that is really exciting stuff happening. It's a great time to be at TCGplayer. Hopefully you all loved what Rob just said. And before we wrap, I'm excited to take a minute to celebrate the heart of the hobby. TCGplayer's Hobby Shop of the Year. We raise this program up in recognition of the work that you do every day in your stores to welcome new players, to attract new players, and to keep the hobby thriving. It's really, really exciting. Hobby Shop of the Year is not just about size or sales. It's about community, and it's truly about the impact that you make. All of you understand what it takes to create the spaces where collectors meet, where games are shared and learned, and good times are had and friends are made. So creating spaces is very, very special, and we're so excited to recognize that. And we're proud to partner with all of these stores that contributed their stories to us, and ultimately to celebrate our finalists and our winners tonight. So, without further ado,
They're more than just stores. They're community hubs. Safe spaces. And hometown heroes of the trading card game community. This year, we are shining a light on the hobby shops that build something bigger, a community. This year, more than 90 local game stores across 2 countries and 32 states shared their stories of passion, inclusion, and community. And from all of them, one shop rose to the top. This is the Hobby Shop of the Year.
woo! It is just awesome. You saw 90 stores. Anybody else in the room apply? All right, yeah. Right, oh, okay. Well, thank you for being here to celebrate. So now we are going to recognize our first runner-up and finalist. Let's hear it for Brick City and Games from the Dells, Oregon, owned by Leslie Wilson. Congratulations, oops, there we go. Congratulations, Leslie and team. This store is super special. Brick City and Games is devoted to their community. They partner with people in their community and organizations like the Children's Wonderworks Museum and the Youth Empowerment Shelter and Center for Living. As a former middle school music teacher, how cool is that? Leslie understands how vital it is for kids to have a place to be, a place that is safe, where they feel included. They do that at Brick City and Games every day, where being a nerd is not just okay, it's embraced and it's celebrated. Thank you so much for the beautiful community that you cultivate, guys. Awesome. And now we are excited to give a big round of applause to our second runner-up. And it's very exciting because they come up from our neighbors to the north, TKO Toy Co. from Guelph, Ontario, Canada. There you go. Thank you, Kevin. TKO Toys has created a safe haven for players of all ages, but especially children. This is Kevin, the owner, and in his former career, he saw firsthand how important and vital it is for kids to have a safe and social place to spend their time. Your goal for your LGS was to create an LGS that kids could grow up in, and you've created that environment. And I actually had an exchange earlier that showed me that if someone enters your store 3 times, everybody knows their first name. So that's so meaningful in building community. And you provide a place for people from ages 5 to 70. So thank you so much, Kevin. Okay, so now it is time to announce the winner. Let's give it up for Labyrinth Games from Washington, D.C. Whoa. This is the owner, Melissa Campbell, and their LGS. I'm so excited to give some details here. Their LGS is a place of palpable joy and inclusivity. They place a huge focus on education. Their Labyrinth Children's Fund has donated over $16,000 to DC area teachers and schools. They have in-store programming that spans all ages and experience levels, starting at age 3 to 5 with a first moves, right? First moves. And then on up to boozy board game nights. How fun does that sound? And adult D&D. So they are doing a ton in store. And then they get out in the community. They support the Belmont Paul Women's Equality National Monument, and they support Votes for Women, which is a board game about the women's suffragette movement, as well as you are an LGBTQ community center where you host game nights. A lot of stuff going on at Labyrinth. Please, let's give a huge round of applause to our Hobby Shop of the Year winner. Thank you so much. Yeah. Good. So if you see our stores tonight, please give them a high five. They put a lot into all of the things they do, and we're so excited to celebrate them. And every single seller in the room tonight, you do an incredible job cultivating your community. We are so honored to be a part of that. As Rob mentioned, check out the team that came to speak to you tonight, to hear about your experiences. We've got a person from almost every department. So please take time, talk to our team, talk to your fellow sellers, and certainly enjoy food and tacos. I also want to call out, it's not over. We still have Expo tomorrow. Our team is running a great panel in M100 at 9 a.m. I know there's a lot of cool things going on at 9 a.m., but this panel is one of them, hosted by Sam Clement, and it is, we've got Galactic Toys and Games, Cardinal Gaming, and TCG Bulk Kings running a panel called Masters of the Marketplace. Lots of good stuff to be had, and I think with that, we say a huge thank you to everybody here tonight. Have a great time, and we'll see you along the way.